Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, pour the wine. No, the big glass. You are not going to believe the week I have had, and honestly, I feel like I am losing my absolute mind. I need you to tell me if I'm the villain here because I feel like I'm being gaslit by my entire life right now. Okay, so you know the situation with my mother-in-law, right? You know how absolutely vile she was to me when I was pregnant. I still haven't recovered from that, honestly. It wasn't just difficult mother-in-law stuff, it was pure nastiness. I felt like an incubator she resented. And then, after the baby was born in October, my sweet, precious little angel, she somehow got worse. You remember the breastfeeding comments I told you about? The way she would hover over me, making these snide, spiteful little remarks about my supply, or how I was holding her, or implying that I was doing it wrong. It made my skin crawl. It made me feel like an object, like a cow, not a mother. It destroyed my confidence right when I was at my most vulnerable. So naturally, the vibe between us is, well, unpleasant is the understatement of the century. It is frigid. It is toxic. But get this. Despite treating me like literal garbage, she sends a Christmas card. And not just a Merry Christmas card. She writes in that loopy, passive-aggressive handwriting of hers, "I hope to see a lot of you over Christmas." I literally laughed out loud when I read it. The audacity. See a lot of you. Girl, please, we both know she doesn't want to see me. She hates my guts. She wants access to the baby. She wants to play grandma of the year and pass my daughter around like a prop while pretending I don't exist. I tried to tell my husband this. I said, look at this card, look at how fake this is. And you know what he said? He defended her. He actually said, see, she's reaching out. She wants to make an effort. A card means she likes you. Likes me? Are you delusional? The woman looks at me like I am dirt on her floor. When I walk into a room, her eyes glaze over or she gives me this up and down look like I'm a stain on her carpet. She makes me so uncomfortable, physically uncomfortable with the comments she drops. It's never direct, you know. It's always, oh, is she wearing that? Or we did things differently in my day, but I suppose you're trying. It's death by 1,000 cuts. So Christmas rolls around. And because I am a recovering people pleaser and I'm trying to keep the peace for my husband's sake, which is a whole other issue we need to discuss, I agreed to go. We went once. It was around December 21st. Girl, the anxiety. I cannot even explain to you the physical reaction I have to that house. From the moment we pulled into the driveway, my chest was tight. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I have been struggling so hard with postpartum depression as it is. I'm already in the trenches, trying to keep my head above water, trying to bond with my baby, trying to heal my body. And walking into that lion's den feels like setting myself on fire. The visit was exactly as awful as I expected. She snatched the baby the second we walked in. Didn't ask how I was. Didn't ask how the recovery was going. Just took my daughter and started cooing at her while completely freezing me out. I sat there on the sofa, clutching my purse, feeling like an intruder in my own family. And my husband, he just sat there. He let it happen. And that is where the real heartbreak is, honestly. My relationship with him is fractured. It's bad, because every single time he chooses her. He tells me I'm being sensitive, or that's just how she is. He's basically holding the door open for the person who is abusing me, and after all that, now she's demanding we visit her every single week. So we've only been there twice since October. Twice, that's it. And the guilt trips are starting. She is constantly chirping in my husband's ear. Every time they talk, it's, when can I see the baby next? Why haven't you brought her over? I miss my grandbaby. She's pushing for weekly visits. Weekly. Can you imagine? I would rather eat glass than go over there every single week. I told my husband, absolutely not. My preference, holidays, Christmas, Easter, maybe a random birthday here or there. But once a month, even that feels like too much for me right now. My nervous system cannot handle it. And it's not just about me being petty or holding a grudge. Okay, maybe a little bit, but there is a much bigger, darker reason I don't want her around my child. You know how messed up my husband is about food? How he has that severe eating disorder. That didn't come from nowhere. She did that to him. She is manipulative, controlling, and obsessed with image. She broke him. She criticized him, controlled his intake, and made comments about his body until he developed a complex that he still battles every single day. I look at my beautiful, innocent daughter, and I think, why would I expose her to that? Why would I bring her around a woman with a track record of psychologically damaging her own children? I am terrified that she's going to start doing the same thing to my little girl. But my husband doesn't see the danger. So now, I'm trapped in this constant state of stress, waking up every single day just dreading the inevitable fight. And that stress is constant. Every time my husband has a day off, I get a knot in my stomach. I wake up thinking, is today the day he forces us to go over there? Is today the day we have to fight about it? It's exhausting. I'm supposed to be enjoying my maternity leave, enjoying these newborn snuggles, and instead, I'm living in fear of having to visit this woman who hates me. Is it fair that my daughter has only met her paternal grandparents twice? Part of me feels guilty. Like I know society says, grandparents are important and family is everything. I see other people with their helpful meals and cute family photos, and I feel a pang of sadness that we don't have that. I know my husband wants that. He wants us all to play happy family. But then I remember the look on her face when I was breastfeeding. I remember the passive-aggressive comments. I remember the eating disorder she caused. And I think, no, it is fair. It is more than fair. I am protecting my peace, and I am protecting my child. But my husband is making me feel like the wicked witch of the West. He thinks I'm keeping his daughter from his family out of spite. He doesn't understand that for me. Walking into that house triggers a panic attack. He doesn't understand that I am literally barely holding it together with the PPD, and adding his mother's toxicity to the mix might actually break me. I just don't know how to navigate this. Mill wants us there all the time. My husband wants to please his mommy, and I just want to lock the doors, turn off the phones, and stay in my safe little bubble with my baby where nobody is criticizing me or looking at me like I'm trash. I feel like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like there's going to be a massive blow-up because I'm refusing to bow down to her demands. Every time my phone buzzes and I see it's him texting, I worry it's a message saying, "Mom wants us to come over for dinner." Am I being unreasonable? Is twice in 3 months actually bad for a newborn? She's a baby. She doesn't know who these people are. She just needs her mama. She doesn't need a grandmother who whispers poison and judges her mother. I really need you to validate me here because I feel like I'm going crazy. The stress is eating me alive. I just want to enjoy my baby without this dark cloud of visits to Mill hanging over my head every single week. Tell me I'm not wrong for keeping her away. Tell me I'm doing the right thing. Because if I have to go sit on that beige sofa one more time and watch her smirk at me while she holds my child, I think I might actually scream.